Today we are going to get requests from Spirit at the time you view this video. And the way we're going to do that is these flowers, these orange and yellow flowers, orange and yellow daylilies, really inspired me to go to this chakra deck. And within each chakra, or within this deck, there are 7 cards with each that represent, or excuse me, 7 cards within each chakra, and each chakra is represented by a color. And so with that being said, I decided to pull the 7 orange cards out representing the sacral chakra, and the 7 yellow cards representing the solar plexus chakra, and we're going to pull 1 card from each of those chakras to get information about what request Spirit has of you at the time you view this video. So we're going to start with the sacral chakra. So we'll pull 1 card here from the orange sacral chakra. Passion. Beautiful. And then 1 card from the solar plexus chakra. Same one wanted to come out. Dissipating. So we're going to read both of these from the guidebook. This chakra oracle is a really nuanced, whimsical oracle. It's one reason I love it. So my point in saying that is there's going to be stories, there's going to be keywords, there's going to be meditations, there's summaries. So really just take a breath and notice what lands with each one of these readings. So all of it might not land, but there might just be a little piece there for you and a little piece in that, that sentence for you. So allow it to be whimsical and nuanced, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, we're going to start with the sacral chakra, the orange card, which is passion. And we're going to begin by just reading about the orange cards in general. Okay, orange, learn to observe your emotions. Overall impression, emotional. Keywords, acting, motivating, optimistic, emotional, sociable, enthusiastic, affectionate, humanitarian. Manifesting intention. The orange cards represent our emotions and how we relate to them. In the second chakra, you can learn emotional discipline if you choose. You need to master the skill of steering your emotions as you would a ship on the high seas. This is very important in manifesting. The orange cards reveal your emotional experience in a particular situation. If you are struggling with your feelings, look back at the red chakra, the root chakra, for the answer. Why? Because you source your emotional experience from a particular foundation or belief created in your root chakra. This helps you to understand where your emotions are coming from. Next, observe your feelings rather than acting on them. I like that. I'm just going to read that one more time. Next, observe your feelings rather than acting on them. I love that because a lot of what I'm learning in terms of healthy emotional regulation is not a suppressing of the feeling or not listening to feeling, but instead it's just not letting the feeling be in charge. So there's a feeling the feeling that's important. There's a listening to the feeling that's important. And as she put here, there's an observing your feelings that's important. But doing all that doesn't mean the feeling has to be on charge. So I just love that. Observe your feelings rather than act on them. Okay, we'll continue. And your angels can speak directly to you through the emotions revealed in these cards. However, you must stand fearlessly and observe your emotions. If you can do this, you have begun the journey into manifestation. You can walk the path you have previously only wished for. Master emotional discipline, and you master how to manifest anything. Okay, so then we're going to read about the passion card. Passion, Princess of Amber. I quietly sizzle and shine. The legend. The Princess of Amber spends her time volunteering. No person or task is beneath her. She loves her subjects and looks after them like a loyal servant. When the newspaper criticizes her, her family begs her to behave more like royalty, quote unquote. She refuses. The people hold a free election, and to her family's surprise, vote the princess as their new leader. Inspiration. You are correct to feel passionate about your position. Follow your instincts, for you know intuitively what is right for you. Personal inquiry. Are my daily actions supporting my real passion? What am I willing to stand for? Key ideas: following your passion, being authentic, taking a stand for yourself, being acknowledged, feeling ostracized by family/friends, being emotionally centered, strong feminine energy, a happy outcome. Keywords: passion, bravery, royalty. Meditation. Ask yourself the following questions. What is my greatest strength? What are my challenges? How do I serve others? How can I serve myself? What represents love in my life? Close your eyes and invite the Princess of Amber to take a walk with you. What does she reveal? And then we'll finish up this card with a summary. Passion, Princess of Amber. This card indicates creative focus and an ability to ignite the passion necessary to manifest what you desire. The power of Amber is that focused emotion can create anything, for it brings the gift of emotional discipline. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go right to the yellow card, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra. So we'll begin with the overall information about yellow. Explore your thought processes. Overall impression, intellectual. Keywords: creative, intellect, precise, cooperative, reasonable, innovation, originality, wisdom, instinct. Manifesting intention. The yellow card of the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, reveals our planning processes. Do we have a logical or scattered approach? Because they represent thinking and problem solving, yellow cards reveal our ability to resolve issues. In essence, they show what's on our mind. In yellow, we turn on the lights and let the spirits know we are home. If we don't let them know where we are, they cannot bring us our desires. Ultimately, the third chakra relates to our instinct and how our life is directed by it. When we can see how our instinct guides our thoughts, we will understand why we do what we do. And when it relates to our emotions, instinct is frequently the first thing that gets shut down. Remember what I said? Look to the previous chakra, the second chakra, so that would be this orange card here. The second chakra, in this case, if you feel blocked, every decision we have ever made is in a flash, to move forward or to stop. There is a moment, a split second, in which we decide. In this chakra, you decide if you will allow magic into your life. So as we read this dissipating card, you may just want to think about it in terms of how they're connected, how this dissipating information is connected to the passion. So again, it said if there's blocks in your planning processes with this yellow card, it might be because of the information that this orange card had to give. So think about it in that terms if that resonates. Ooh, opened right to it. Okay, here's dissipating. Canary yellow, I am more than I think I am. The legend. Canary, a pet bird, has wonderful ideas for an action movie starring his owner, Mrs. Robinson. They frequently discuss the exciting plot with his friends and family. But when they are given money to make this screenplay a reality, Canary and Mrs. Robinson choose to go on a cruise instead. For the rest of their lives, they talk about their great story, and it exists in fantasy, not reality. Inspiration. Beware of being imprisoned by the story you tell. Do you intend to do what you say? Personal inquiry. A lack of planning does not indicate misfortune. Am I doing what I say? Key ideas. Taking action. Content to dream. Going in circles. Strong intelligence. Making excuses. Procrastination. Keywords: companionship, connection, assistance. Meditation. Sit quietly with what you speak of so frequently. Take a breath. What do you wish to do? Become aware of the feeling in your body. Is it apprehension? Enthusiasm? In your mind's eye, take one step toward carrying out your wish. For example, are you thinking of writing a book? Pull out the first sheets of paper or turn on the computer. Then take the next step. Then the next. Will you dream it or will you do it? Ooh. Okay, let's go to the summary. Dissipation. Canary yellow. Allow gentle flight to your thoughts. Canary yellow supports the creativity in daydreaming. Recognizing the difference between a daydream and a well thought out plan is key. as creativity must be freed from its cage. So I'm getting the sense here that I actually am not wanting to speak out too much because, like I said before, there's so much nuance in these that I almost would, more than me speaking out what's coming to me, I almost would suggest if this is resonating with you, to listen to these readings a couple times through and really take note again of what sticks out to you and kind of put the puzzle pieces together for your own life. However, I do think that is noteworthy that the dissipation summary ended in the way that it did, where it says, recognize the difference between a daydream and a well thought out plan, or excuse me, recognizing the difference between a daydream and a well thought out plan is key, as creativity must be freed from its cage. And partly I thought of that just because of the passion card, which can just represent like raw creativity, right? And so there seems to be, I think one way to summarize the request from Spirit is with that last line of the dissipating summary. And I am certain there's probably a lot of nuanced requests from Spirit for your own personal life. So I'm not going to give too much of my own interpretation in this particular reading. Instead, like I said, what I would suggest you do if it resonates is maybe listen to it a few times through and see what nuances are wanting to come through for you in particular.